What was a memorable or, good memory you have going to the theater when you were younger? Do you have any?
Well, I got to tell you, thank you for asking that, Matches. What was a memorable? Thank you for asking, Matches, that totally unsolicited question. Well, I'll tell you, the movies are a big part of my life. Like my parents said that our first movie was 101 Dalmatians. Don't remember that. But like I said, I remember crying at Bambi. Me and my family, we went to movies a lot. We didn't see every movie apparently, but we went to a lot. We went to the big ones. E.T., Back to the Future, Mr. Mom, every Disney movie. Mm-hmm. And, then when I started getting old enough, having dates, having nice movie moments, and then with you and your brother and our homies from college, all those nice movie times. I guess one that I really love is we saw Sleeping with the Enemy, that feel-good comedy with Julia Roberts. Do what? What'd you say? What was that? Vampires. Are you frozen? What? What about vampires?
Vampires.
What? John Carpenter vampires?
I'm just kidding.
That was the best movie experience ever.
Saw... Yeah.
My parents and me and my sister, when I was in 8th grade, went to go see the 1991 Julia Roberts thriller drama, Sleeping with the Enemy. Yes. We were huge Julia Roberts fans. We had Pretty Woman because it looked good. And my mom watched movies like that. And I watched them with her. We watched thrillers. And it was PG-13. Yeah. So we go to see it. And, Patrick Bergin was just a horrible, abusive, husband, just terrible person. For those who haven't seen it.
It ended up being just like a domestic. Yeah.
Well, see, it's better than that. I thought it was an excellent movie then, and I still think it's good. I do. You know what?
It was fine.
Maybe if you want Tate Girl, hate me. It's fine. But
no, I don't hate it.
So,
it was fine. It was just not what I expected it to be.
I got you. You thought it was like a run-of-the-mill Lifetime kind of thing, right?
No, I actually thought it was going to be like a spy movie or something. Like,
Sleeping with the Enemy. I have the secrets. Run them if you run. You're so sexy.
That's what I expected, and what I got was domestic abuse. I don't know.
Yes, well, not for long. All right, so the point of this all is we enjoyed the movie. The audience, it was huge. The theater was packed. It was in El Dorado. It was opening weekend. And at the end of the movie, when Patrick Bergin has tracked her down and he's going to hurt her, she calls 911. She's holding him at gunpoint. And she says, 911, hey, I need the officers over here. I just killed an intruder. The entire audience in that theater, I never heard a cheer and a clap so loud. Everybody was like, wow! That was the first time I ever heard, like, applause at a movie. Everyone's cheering. My mom's like, yes! It was a great moment.
Was that the first time they ever used that in something, I guess?
What's that?
Was it the first time they ever used that in something, I guess? Because they use that a lot in movies and stuff and TV shows now, I think.
Maybe that was one of the first.
I've just shot someone. And they're like, oh, that's me.
And Patrick Bergin's like, who'd you shoot? Who are you going to shoot? Oh, me.
What?
No, you're right, yeah. It was just a great moment.
No, that was cool. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, and like I said, you don't have to like the movie, but it was just a moment that everybody shared in the theater. We're all on the same level. We're like, yes! Like, you go, pretty woman.
Shannon, I have a small penis. I have a very small penis. You wouldn't think so, not by looking at me, but it's true. People have come from all around. Experts have seen my penis. They'll tell you how small it is. They don't know what to do. This is from disgraced President Donald Trump's diary. This isn't an ad. Where is that ad? Hold on a second. I'm going to find it.
Oh,
I'm
my
sorry.
gosh.
Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you listening to NOMS. This is our last episode, and we are so thankful to have you with us. And we can't tell you all the memories and the times we've had. Nobody does it better. Welcome back to Dinner with Army Hammer. We're going to have a good time. No, we're not going to. Bad taste?
We're not doing that one.
Is that a joke in bad taste?
Shannon.
Okay, fine.
Okay, no, it's never. It's never too soon.
Very too soon. My theory is that he was his twin from the Social Network that was doing all that weird stuff, not him.
Oh, that's right. No, it wasn't.
No, it's not.
Was he the Wiggle Wise?
Yes, the Wiggle Bombs, the Winklefos.
That's right. I forgot about that. That's right.
The Haagen-Dazs twins.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
But
Good
speaking
times.
of tasty subjects, very good times. Speaking of tasty subjects, what is the name of this show?
The name of the show is NOMS Podcast, y'all.
Woo! That stands for
NOMS
Nerd
Podcast.
Announce.
With Matches and Shannon. That's right.
That's
hey,
right.
Y'all, how's it going?
Oh, yeah.
Feeling good on this whatever night it is you're listening to this?
Well, yes, whatever night it was. We're actually recording on, if I could say, your birthday.
Yes, it is my birthday.
Yes, it's also your brother's birthday. Did you know that?
Yes, because we are twinks. No, that's wrong. We're twins.
No, are you? No, I don't think. Is that
we're actually
Twinkies?
bears.
You're pears. You're a bear. We're a week away from Thanksgiving. Did you eat too much? Or almost a week?
I did. 2 days from now.
No.
I mean, a week ago.
Podcast magic. Well, let me just say, in my world, the dressing is the star.
3, 2, 1. In the background. Our producer is one of the reset.
So it was Thanksgiving, and in my world, the dressing is the real star. The turkey, not even that important, right?
I like ham. Wrong? Give me ham. That's good. Okay. Well, you have stovetop stuffing. Like you have like stuffing in a.
I hear stuffing is more of a
can.
northern thing, right? More of a northern thing, and dressing is a southern thing. Yeah, my wife says she's had stuffing and it is not dressing.
Oh yeah, our roommate from Disney said he was going to handle the dressing, so I was like, okay, that's one less thing I'd have to do. And he made a small batch of stovetop stuffing.
Well,
I can't even say it. I'm so mad.
It's hard.
Everyone, he was yelled at all night.
You're so angry you can't even say the product.
Yeah.
Well, Dave Chappelle said that was delicious. Remember that Dave Chappelle routine? He goes, they were going to have stovetop stuffing.
Oh.
So I had to say,
delicious.
White dinner. Yeah, white dinner.
It's not good, no.
No, I never had it, so I don't know. I know
it's fine. I mean, it is, but it's not like, the dressing you're used to here in the South. Like,
yeah. See, when I was a kid, I thought it was like either and or, like you get one or the other.
Yeah.
But speaking of Thanksgiving, we have got tonight. We've got two turkeys. Two turkeys by Hollywood standards. Two big turkeys. We're going to do a second chance turkeys. Am I right, Matches? A second chance.
Yeah.
A second look.
Everyone needs a second chance. Almost everyone needs a second chance.
Almost everyone.
We'll find out which one.
I'm looking
at 11.
Over there. Something in your house can kill you. Find out later at 12.
Yeah. I love it.
It's Michael Myers. That's what can kill you. Oh, but yes,
true.
We got a 2 for turkeys. We've got 2 of the biggest bombs of the 90s. It seems like every year back in the day, there was one huge movie that had anticipation and just flamed out with critics and audiences as well, right? It bombed at the box office, bombed with critics, and became a running joke. And that's 2 of these. And we're going to talk about how they're actually pretty good. And what's the movie's names in case? They could be?
Tonight we're doing the classic 1991 Hudson Hawk and the classic 1992 393 Last Action Hero with Arnold Schwarzenegger and a lovable little lad who loves action movies and probably shouldn't go see them.
You talking about F. Murray Abraham? Is he the lovable little lad? I thought so. Yes. There's a talking cat, Matches. We're going to talk about that.
There's a talking cat. Yeah, there's a lot.
We are going to do better than MC Scat Cat. We are going to do 2, like I said, box office bombs, and it's a second chance show. We're going to talk about how maybe they are good movies. And I'm going to be honest with you. What Hollywood says are bad movies, I don't always agree. Like, I didn't hate Waterworld. I didn't really get into it, but I didn't hate it.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I didn't get into it, but I didn't hate it. Yeah.
Yeah. Did your hands feel pruny after it was over? Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it had Tina Majorino in it. She's just a little cutie.
And who else was in that movie, Matches? Besides Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, also
who was in the movie?
Kevin Costner, the Prince of Thieves himself.
Yeah, that is true. And Prince of Hearts.
I don't know. Who else was in that movie? Cher?
Are you serious?
Cher in that?
No, Cher wasn't in that movie. Better than Cher.
I saw it one time in the theaters, and that was how many years ago? 20 years ago?
1995 is when it came out.
30 years ago?
Okay.
How many years is that? I don't even know.
We're not going to talk about it. That was senior year for me. We are not talking about that. But let's just say,
goodness gracious.
She could have fared better if she had a Bart Simpson keychain. Jean Triplehorn was in Waterworld.
I've always got mine handy.
Could have saved her life.
Basic instinct saved my life.
Don't have a cow, man. All right, join us for tonight's Hudson Hawk and Last Action Hero. Get ready to hear lots of this.
What was that?
That's my Bruce Willis impression. You didn't like my Bruce Willis impression? Okay. I'm Bruce Willis. I die hard. Moonlighting. I'm Bruno.
Cool.
Boom. Hey, matches. Listen to me. I'll tell you this one time. You need to do me a favor. Get down. Get down again.
Who is that?
You know who it is. I'm doing an impression.
What are you doing?
Oh my gosh, I'm doing an impression of Andie MacDowell. She's in our next movie, okay? But right now, we're going to talk about one of the greatest films of all time. Oh. Yes, a movie that'll blow you away.
MacDowell. She's a southern
Andie MacDowell, she's a treasure. Yeah. As I said before, she was dubbed in Tarzan, her first movie, because her accent is too southern.
Was, yeah.
Yeah, mine is too southern. It's very weird, okay? We're going to talk about the greatest Schwarzenegger movie of all time. I think you know what I'm talking about. Raw Deal.
No.
We are talking about...
We got a Raw Deal.
Oh, we are going to talk about the very much hated, but now by some considered maybe a culty classic, and I thought it was very underrated. We're going to talk about The Last
Action
Hero Sandwich. Last Action Hero from... Hey, I have the soundtrack. I don't know if you remember, the soundtrack is pretty rocking.
Really?
Yeah.
There's some good butt rock and some heavy...
You know what? This show's over. We're kids. Are you calling Fishbone
I love the butt rock.
It's great. That is a terrible term. I hate that term. There's not...
I love it.
Okay. There's two awesome tracks by Alice in Chains. There's two awesome tracks by Alice in Chains on there.
Yeah,
and there's a Queensryche song. Yeah. It's pretty good. You got AC/DC. And we're going to talk about... Well, real quick. Shocker, this movie was nominated for the Raspberry Awards. And for those of you who don't know what the Raspberries are, they honor what is considered the worst of cinema. The
Razzies.
The Razzies, yeah. Por ejemplo, Halle Berry was there to accept her Worst Actress Award for Catwoman in 2000.
I love that. She was such a good sport.
She was a good sport. She's like, yeah, you're right.
And after Monsters Ball, she just, straight
She wrote her own
down,
ticket, and she wrote it straight down.
Yeah,
but
I love
so this soundtrack.
Ball. That was great.
Well, speaking of the soundtrack and the Razzies, AC/DC's Big Gun, which is not my favorite song on the soundtrack, was nominated for Worst Song. Yeah. Not a single Razzie was won by them. Yeah. I'm thinking, if anything, I'm thinking the song kind of sounded like this.
Did they make it for the movie?
Huh?
Did they make it for the movie?
Yeah, they made it for the movie. Big Gun!
Oh.
Shoot!
I never knew that.
Yeah, and I like AC/DC. Shoot!
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's... So,
it's not terrible.
No, it's not terrible. The soundtrack was fun. I like this movie. I really do. But as I said before, often when Hollywood says this is a bomb, this is toxic, I'll watch it and I'll be like, it's pretty good. For instance...
I'll say it started to get better almost halfway through. I still turned it off because I was just... I couldn't pay attention. I was struggling to pay attention. It was hurting my head. My brain was just on fire watching this movie, this dumpster fire.
Which can be warm. Dumpster fires can be very warm. So I don't see...
and there's some, iconic moments in this movie we'll talk about, but
Well, it might have been a little ahead of its time, because it's spoofing stuff, and maybe spoof movies had been out, obviously, Naked Gun, Airplane, Top Secret, Bonfire of the Vanities, but this was Schwarzenegger spoofing his own kind of genre. It was great, but 1993, Last Action Hero, directed by John McTiernan, who gave us Die Hard. And Die Hard with a Vengeance, and
that's
other great movies. Yes,
he wrote the I think the original screenplay, the one that I think he helped write it anyway. No, he didn't.
No,
Did he?
no.
No. Oh my gosh.
No, I don't think he wasn't he was asked to direct.
He helped with Hudson Hawk.
John McTiernan did?
He was the bass. So,
Okay.
yeah, there's a connection here.
Okay.
He was the bass of Hudson Hawk. I'm getting my movies confused. For
wow.
Sure, and I'm
Okay.
do
Well,
that all episode, probably.
Well, to be fair, both stars were in The Expendables. I can see how you would think that. No.
That's right.
Both. Well, you know what? These movies are similar because both were huge stars, Bruce Willis and Arnold Schwarzenegger, known for action, but also comedy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Schwarzenegger could hold his own. You know, he'd done Twins. He'd done Kindergarten Cop. It's not the Tuma. And
He could
like
do drama,
Hudson Hawk. Yeah, like Hudson Hawk, this was anticipated. Last Action Hero was actually anticipated by the studio to be the movie of the summer. And later on after...
It could have been.
It could have been.
Great.
Later on after review, I think we should talk about why, because you may know what I know. But I think this movie is great. Basically, this kid is a huge fan of these movies called Jack Slater that Arnold Schwarzenegger plays the character in. Jack Slater, of course, yeah. Not to be confused with A.C. Slater, his cousin. And he goes to this movie theater that's about to be condemned and shut down. And the nice theater owner, played by Robert Prosky, who always had a little twinkle in his eye, you know. Yeah.
Is he the guy that was Dracula in Gremlins 2? Grandpa Dracula?
Yes, that was him. He was great.
Okay.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Robert Prosky.
I call him Dracula.
Dracula, I like I love it. Grandpire.
I don't know.
He's a
like
Grandpire, Grumpula.
Grandpire.
But
I love that. That's nice, too.
So he's about to show him the new Jack Slater movie, Jack Slater 4, and he gives him a golden ticket, and somehow this kid is able to get in the movie. Yeah.
I just want to say, this is the old magical cracker with a golden ticket trope. Again, how many times is Willy Wonka gonna burst up onto the scene in our movies and offer some kid a golden ticket that does some magical bullshit?
Oh my god!
He's the magical cracker trope. Come on, it's awful.
Man, what in the Robert Palmer are you talking about? All right, back to magical crackers.
The original screenwriters actually hated that moment. Like they were like, "That's the worst thing." Well, to be fair, they wrote a rip in the screen that like glows and like takes him in and all this kind of stuff.
At one point, the script didn't even explain how he was able to do it. But basically, the kid goes into the world of Jack Slater, and he's seeing Jack Slater in action. And since he's seen these action movies a gazillion times, you know, they're his escape because he has a single mom. He's raised by a single mom. He lives in a bad part of New York City, and he knows what's going to happen. So he's like warning Slater, and we'll get into that. But the reason we do this show,
he spends half the movie telling Slater and everybody else that they're in a movie and trying to prove it to him for so long that it ruins the first half of the movie, I think.
Really?
Like what kid's going to go into the movie and go, "You guys are movies." They're going to, you're going to have to come on.
I know, right? Here's some fun, kid. Would you like some more?
Yeah,
I agree.
Like, look, there's a cartoon cat. They're like, yeah, he's supposed to be here. He's off his suspension, you know?
We'll talk about Officer Whiskers. One real funny thing, though, he tries to prove that it's a PG-13 movie by getting Schwarzenegger's character to say a cuss word. And he writes it down. He's like, I can't say that. It's impossible. And he says it, there's a bleep, I think. He's like, see, it's PG-13. He's like, you're right. You know?
That was pretty good. But, like, I was just so tired of it by then. It was not.
See, okay, I really like this movie, but it is a mess. And we're going to get into why it's a mess. You know, it was anticipated by the studio to be the biggest movie, and they put so much money into it and stressed John McTiernan out so much. He said it was one of the worst experiences he's had as a director.
Really?
He said he didn't hate the movie, but it stressed him out so bad. Like, apparently the kid who played the kid, he was like a father to him on the set, but everybody else, he was like, all right, let's go. Take 2. Oh, yeah, it just destroyed his faith in humanity. Yeah. But it was all the studio interference, and they build this movie like bigger than life, and they got people to invest in it. And it bombed so bad. And we'll talk about all that. But the reason we do this show, Matches, is we follow 2 people who are, I would say the Bruce Willis and Schwarzenegger of critics. Who are we talking about?
Oh, absolutely. We're talking about Siskel and Ebert, our brothers.
In film. That's right.
Yeah,
Ebert
they're
and
great.
Siskel.
We love them.
Yeah, they are. So we're going to see what they
popularized the critics. They're the rock stars of critics everywhere.
They truly are. Didn't you say they won some prestigious award for criticism? Or Ebert did?
Oh, yeah. Ebert won the Pulitzer. Pulitzer.
The
How do you say
Pulitzer?
it? He
I think
literally
it's
won the
Pulitzer.
Pulitzer Prize. He literally
For
won
criticism.
the Pulitzer Prize for criticism before he started Siskel and Ebert. Before that.
Oh, dang.
So
Yeah, Siskel won
and he's
the
the
last
first
one.
one, not the only one now, but he was the first critic to receive that award, which is
Wow.
insane. Like
That is. It is, because it's like, is it literature? You know, like I guess he elevated the criticism, the critic
well, it's
game.
like, you know, Kendrick Lamar, the rapper, won the Pulitzer.
Yes,
When
yes.
he released like Damn or something. I don't remember, but yeah, that's crazy and so cool. I love him, actually. He's very good.
Well, we gonna be okay, because we're gonna see what Siskel and Ebert thought about 1993's The Biggest Bomb of the Year. By the way, made a lot of top 10 worst of lists, considered one of the worst movies of that year, because there's always one that they blame.
I can't wait to see what they're going to say about it.
They're probably going to tear it apart. Maybe they'll find some good in it. You know what? I don't know. I could be wrong, because remember, Ebert and Roper loved Titan AE. They were praising it and elevating it. It was the new Star Wars, and it bombed.
Yeah, they literally connected to the new Star Wars. For some reason, saw no flaw with that movie. It was fine. The characters were all over the place as far as development, especially the lead character on that one. But
I'm gonna be honest.
We'll get into that one day. We're gonna do that.
Every time I watch Titan AE, I never finish it mentally. Like, I'm there watching it, but I'm somewhere else. I'm like, I don't remember this part.
It's all at once a great movie and a really not great movie at the same time.
Yes.
Kind of like these movies we're watching, I think.
There you go. Kind of like a mayonnaise taco.
Let's see what they have to say about it, though.
Our first film is Last Action Hero, and this is a most ambitious project that works quite well and starts and then drags on for what seemed to me like an extra 30 minutes, wearing out its welcome. It's a movie within a movie within a movie about a young boy who is addicted to Arnold Schwarzenegger action pictures. He ends up landing right inside one.
Usually when they do that, it leaves a hole.
As I watched Last Action Hero, I thought of a line written by film critic Vincent Canby at least a decade ago, that with the homogenization of the American film industry, with escalating budgets and safe subjects, we were heading toward a time when, in a manner of speaking, there would be just one movie made in a year. And Last Action Hero could be that film. It has the #1 movie star doing his thing and also commenting on it at the same time. Ultimately, he seems like he wants to get onto new territory, and so do we. I enjoyed chunks of Last Action Hero, but culturally, I think it may be more significant than it is entertaining.
I was also disappointed in it, Gene, and also, like you, I was impressed by some of the stunt work, but then again...
Okay, they liked it a lot more than I thought they were going to like it.
Yes, I thought they were going to.
They don't recommend it for sure.
No, it's no Mad Dog time.
They very well should have. I remember coming out of that movie very disappointed.
You really don't like this movie very much, do you, Matches? Do you?
There are parts. It does have hella action scenes. You know, the action scenes are wonderful. I laughed out loud a couple of times. Couldn't tell you where.
Well, when this review is over, we're going to talk about why you should like it.
Okay.
Underrated. Or as Arnold Schwarzenegger would say, give me a man. You heard me. You'll like it when I take my fist out of your stomach.
And you can kind of manufacture stunts. The tricky part is to put them in a movie that is worth watching for 2 hours and keeps your interest. And here, I think one of the problems was this duality, because the suspense scenes, when you're supposed to be really wrapped up in them, are all undercut by the knowledge that it's the movie within the movie, and so something is going to happen in such a way that what you're seeing isn't really what is going to be the payoff. I don't know if I made that clear.
But what you're saying is
that the movie constantly confuses you on that level of emotional involvement.
No, what it does is it sets up a pattern that you know is going to be kept on going, and so that when it's tense, you know it's going to be uncut. What I think they should have done is had it be more bookend introductions and let the action go straight through, or have the kid talk.
That might have helped,
and have a rooting interest where he's really trying to help the kid, not joking with each other so much.
The one thing that I liked somewhat was the way they kid the action cliches. Good. For example, the talking killer, which we've talked about on this show.
That was fine.
Okay, next movie, and our next...
All right, 2 thumbs down, but it wasn't as bad as all that.
No, did they put it on their worst of the movie list? Did they put it on their worst of the year list? We'll never know. I don't know, but they probably did. It did make a lot of lists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I don't know. The way they were talking, like they liked half of it and they didn't like the other half of it. You know?
Yeah. No, I get it. It is a duality because for those of you who haven't seen the movie, at one point they do escape back to the real world because Charles Dance, who, by the way, isn't set up as the main villain in the movie world, he's just a henchman. But he discovers that Danny has the power with this golden ticket to go into the movies. So he goes into the real world where he discovers what can bad guys do in the real world?
Well, Shannon, I don't remember because I stopped it about halfway through.
Okay, I'll tell you. He knows.
And I haven't seen it in 27 years.
To quote his character, in this world, we can win. You know, or something like that. The bad guys go.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
because in the movie world, the bad guys are always losing, and they still keep trying. You know, they're so optimistic. They still keep trying. And Anthony Quinn is like the big bad mobster. You know, the leader. You know, the legendary Anthony Quinn. Who's very Greek. Everything he said, it sounded like he's going to have a little ouzo. Oh, Anthony Quinn was great. Yeah. He, in the Hercules made-for-TV movies, he played Zeus. Do you remember that when they were just made-for-TV movies? I'm a Zeus!
Yeah.
Lightning. That was great. Have a little
He had a lot of spaghetti in that movie.
Hey, watch it. Yeah, he did. But in this movie, his character butchers the English language. Like, he says things like, like when Charles Dance betrays him, he's like, "You're gonna pull a 360 on me."
Yeah.
And Charles Dance's character, who I think is named Benedict, he's like, "It's a 180. If I did a 360, I would turn all the way around." You know what? Never mind. And he kills him.
Well, I think what Siskel Ebert was saying was like, it's just not focused. Like, you know, they are joking around a lot. And he's trying to prove, you know, for a quarter or more of the movie that they're in a movie, you know? And that's all he's got.
Why would you do that instead of just enjoying it? Like, if you know it, you know you're safe. Yeah. Because the thing
they could have a lot more witty dialogue. Could have really punched the story up a whole bunch.
Well,
I don't know.
There's just so many. The reason I love this movie, there's just so many spoof of the action movies that I grew up loving, like Lethal Weapon and Die Hard and any number of Schwarzenegger movies. You know, he had the courage to spoof himself. Stallone movies. And I mean, you've got all the cliches, like you've got, like, in every movie there's a member of his family who apparently is killed. Remember he says, "My second cousin Frank," you know?
And then apparently his wife, I guess, like, or
I guess, and he just gets a slap on the wrist. And we do find out later in the movie that in Jack Slater 3, it starts off, he's watching the movie, and the bad guy, who's named the Ripper, and I want to talk about the awesome cast. The awesome cast, Tom Noonan. You know what I'm talking about? The very weird, in real life, Tom Noonan. He played Frankenstein in the Monster Squad. Yes, which was written by Shane Black, and we'll do that connection later. And was he the
Ripper guy?
He was the Ripper. He also played the villain Kane in RoboCop 2, which I thought was a very awesome performance. Yeah, he's known for being very, very weird, very methody. So he plays the Ripper. So in that movie, he's got his son on the ledge. And in most action movies, you know, if like you've got the bad guy's son, the good guy's son, the hero saves the day and saves the kid. Yeah. But no, he throws the kid off the roof. So he's lost his son in these movies. I know, it's insane. But you've got all the cliches. You've got the captain that yells for no reason. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that? His captain would just come in and high five. "Dang it, Slater! I can't take these tactics anymore."
Even when I was young, that was obvious to me what they were doing, and it was hysterical. It was very good.
Yes, because every action movie is like, "Dang it, your fly-by-the-seat tactics aren't going to work here anymore. You're suspended," you know?
That's
always.
Right.
You had that. You had like everybody knows how to live in an action film. Like his daughter apparently knows how to drive a car really fast and shoot a gun, and it's so many great cliches that they make fun of. Can we talk about the cat? Yeah. Can we talk about the cat?
A little bit. Yeah. Okay. We got a little time left.
His partner is a cartoon cat called Whiskers, Detective Whiskers.
Yes.
And remember, were you the one who told me the character, the little Danny, was like, "He's a cartoon cat," or something like that? And Schwarzenegger says something like,
"Yeah." And they're like, "Yeah, he's supposed to be here. He's already off his suspension."
It's hilarious. So that cat is voiced by Danny DeVito.
Is it really?
Yes, he is. Here's the thing.
There's
so many actors in this movie. Some cameo as themselves. Some do quick cameos. A lot of them are connected with Schwarzenegger. Like, for instance, there is a great part where, coming out of the precinct, you see Robert Patrick in the T-1000. Yeah, just for a split second. You see him, and Danny looks at him because he's like, "Oh, I know him." And then you see Sharon Stone as Catherine Trammell from Basic Instinct. Same look.
Are you serious?
Yes, and for those of you who don't know,
that's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Schwarzenegger starred with Robert Patrick in Terminator 2 and with Sharon Stone in Total Recall. Yeah,
That's
so
right.
there's those cameos. Jim Belushi shows up in the real world as himself. They were in that Red Heat movie.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
what's
okay. Yeah,
he played the Russian.
I like
yeah, I like
it when they get in the video store and they see Sylvester Stallone as the Terminator
as
or whatever.
Terminator,
it is.
yeah. That was a play on their rivalry. You know, they had a big rivalry in the 80s. If you think about it, they were probably the two biggest action stars. Yeah, you know, Rocky,
they
Rambo, Terminator.
Tricking each other and like saying they're gonna do this just so they'll do it and things like that.
Yes, yes, they would.
Yeah.
They'd tell them, I signed for this movie. He's like, well, I'm gonna sign for this movie. And yeah, they would mess each other up. Yes. Oh my gosh,
crazy,
that's so funny. Yeah. No, the casting is great. So you've got Tina Turner in the last movie she ever played in. I mean, she died, a few years like recently, but yeah, Tina Turner plays the mayor of LA.
Yep.
Like
as
Charles. Yeah, Charles Dance. First time I ever saw him in anything was the underrated, one of my favorite Eddie Murphy movies, The Golden Child, where he played the evil Dark Lord. And Charles Dance is great.
Oh,
weren't you telling me you loved his eye?
Movie, but
You don't like The Golden Child?
Nobody
you don't
did,
like The Golden Child. I think we found our counteract to Tank Girl. We found our counteract to Tank Girl.
I mean, it made $100 million at the box office, but it was like a critical failure.
Oh,
and even Eddie Murphy is like, that's a horrible movie.
Really? That is one of my favorite Eddie Murphy movies of all time. Like Coming to America
It's fine. It's cool. Yeah, it's got some good parts.
I love it.
I like that ending. Stellar ending. Yeah.
Oh, it is pretty good. Yeah, I want the knife and all that. Yeah. So anyway, so you got this great cast, and spoiler alert. Later in the movie, Charles Dance, like I said, he finds a ticket. He goes into the real world. He decides he's going to use it to bring out movie villains, and the first one he brings out is the Ripper, and he gets the Ripper. He tells him to go kill Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's in the real world, right?
Yeah.
And they're at the premiere of Jack Slater 4, and his wife at the time, Miss Maria Shriver, which unbeknownst to us, he had a little thing on the side with the help. We won't talk about that. We'll leave that. Yeah. But yeah, his wife at the time, Maria Shriver, has a great line. Do you remember what she said when they were at the premiere?
No.
Oh, they're getting ready to walk to the paparazzi, and she goes, "Don't plug the restaurants. It's so tacky when you do that."
Really?
Yes. Because Schwarzenegger, he had other restaurants, but he also had, you remember Planet Hollywood.
Planet Hollywood,
with Bruce Willis and Stallone. Yeah. We ate it there in New York. I think they all closed down, didn't they?
I think so. Most of them anyway, if not all of them.
Yeah. They were like the Hard Rock Cafe of movies.
Yeah, they changed owners and then it just couldn't make it, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, some great cameos. And, so he's trying to get Arnold Schwarzenegger killed so he can kill Slater because he wants to get all the bad guys created and take over the real world. And do you remember what happens when they're fighting on the rooftop and the ticket falls down? Do you remember what the ticket activates, who it brings out in the real world?
No. Who is it? Who is it?
It falls on Ingmar Bergman's, what's that movie about death he did? The Seventh Seal?
Oh, yeah.
Which
right?
Which I think goes like this for 2 hours.
No, that's wrong one.
That's that Demi Moore movie. Okay, that's Seventh Sign. Anyway, so Death comes out of the screen, and Death is played by Ian McKellen, by the way. Boom.
Oh wow, yeah, okay. Oh,
yes, a very young Ian McKellen. I think he was 80 at the time.
yeah, right.
Yeah, great guy. Anyway, so. It's a good movie, it's a good ending. And then at the end, when Jack Slater goes back to the movie world, he decides there's going to be some changes around here. Stop yelling all the time. He's talking to the captain. Yeah. Before we talk about the patchwork that is this screen play and everything, there is one funny moment where he does confront Arnold Schwarzenegger. And Schwarzenegger thinks he's like a body double he's like, "You're the best one they've ever hired." And he confronts Schwarzenegger. He's like, "You ruined my life."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because if you think about it, the entertainment we're watching is his life. He lost his son, his family. Oh, it's kind of sad if you think about it. Yeah.
He actually did ruin his life.
It did. But enough about the movie, which I think is awesome. Let's talk about the screenplay and the parts that made this a bomb and just a fractured piece of cinema.
I know Zach Penn and his partner out of school wrote the screenplay and sold it like 2 weeks after they graduated, I think.
Yeah, they were young.
Yeah, really young. I'm not a huge fan of Zach Penn's other work. And through the years, he's still there, just just doing his thing. That's fine.
Did he co-write the Avengers, though?
Yeah, it's not my favorite screenplay. It's not very well written, I don't think.
Ooh. But he co-wrote X2.
It was a fine movie.
He co-wrote X2.
Well, no,
that's considered the best.
No, he didn't co-write. He what did he do? He doctored some of it, I think, or he was original and then it got doctored over him or something like that. I don't know.
Oh,
it was something like that. Yeah. But he wasn't like the screenwriter of X2. That's a brilliant movie. He was the screenwriter on The Last Stand, which is not a brilliant movie.
No, it is not. But it's not considered the worst X-Men movie anymore because Dark Phoenix came.
That's true.
Crowd.
Yeah. It just sucked.
But about the screenplay. So Zach Penn and his partner had it, and then the studio weren't happy with it, right?
Well, they just wanted Shane Black to come in and work his like 80s magic, his action movie dialogue
and
magic.
Who is Shane Black?
Shane Black is the old school. No, I'm kidding. We're not doing it again. He was a screenwriter for a lot of movies. He started directing, I guess, in the 2000s.
Yeah. His first
he
directorial debut
was not Long Kiss Goodnight.
No, Kiss
Bang Bang. Yeah,
but he wrote the Long Kiss Goodnight that you were thinking of.
Wrote the Long Kiss Goodnight. He did.
He wrote Lethal Weapon. He wrote Lethal Weapon in his early 20s. One of the greatest action films of all time.
Last Action Hero as well. I like that one.
He did
okay. I'm sorry. Sorry, I meant to say The Last Boy Scout.
Yes, the last. And here's the funny thing that you would mention that.
Yeah.
Well, Zach Penn and his partner were writing it as a spoof of action films. So Zach Penn was writing it as a spoof of Shane Black writing.
Yeah,
he wrote it as
fans.
a spoof of Shane Black scripts. Yes, because Shane Black saw it and he's like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah, it's true. And then after a minute there, Shane Black got fired and they didn't know. So they were calling Shane Black saying, "Hey, when do we need to show up for set?" And he was like, "Why do you want to do that?" And he just kind of like hung up on him. And they didn't realize
they tried to bring him back, and he's like, "Yeah, we're not doing that."
Everybody
anymore.
into Hollywood, all the script doctors, all the screenwriters, even Carrie Fisher in to write for this, and they just patched it together as they went along, and it became Frankenstein's monster of a movie. And that's why it's just such a it's fun, but it's a mess. There's some fun stuff in here.
And for a long time, it was a joke. To signify a big loss and a big bomb. Because I remember an episode of Married with Children in the 93-94 season where Marcy, I think she worked for a bank or something, and she's like, "We're having a fundraiser because we had a huge loss." And I was like, "What loss?" She's like, "We invested in Last Action Hero."
Wait, what was that on?
Married with Children.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It was a running joke for like a year or so. Last Action Hero was like the bomb, the worst, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And here's the thing. Here's some factors that might have contributed to it besides the hype, the overinflation. Okay, they finished shooting 10 weeks before their release schedule, which means they still had to add sound, effects, color, Schwarzenegger's wig. I'm kidding. That's real hair. Yes. 10. That's how that's why John McTiernan. That's why John McTiernan was so stressed because in the studios the studios had hyped it up and they were like, "This is the movie of the summer." And then guess what happened? Also, Jurassic Park got moved to a different date. No, it wasn't. No, it definitely wasn't. But Jurassic Park got moved to the week before, and Jurassic Park was arguably the biggest movie of that year. As a moneymaker.
Oh, yeah. And Jurassic Park is on that episode of Siskel Ebert that we just watched. It's the next movie.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Well, it came out a week before Last Action Hero. So Last Action Hero, so it like underperformed. And then guess what took Last Action Hero's place the next week?
What's that?
An action film called Sleepless in Seattle, which was a huge hit. Right? It was a huge hit. That was a great summer for movies, man. Oh, yeah. That was a really good summer for movies.
Yeah, but, 93, 94, all those years, like, were just packed. Like, stacked. Right. Like, yeah.
Except for you getting even with Dad. I will never forgive you. But yes.
I don't even know what that is, but I love that joke.
We'll talk about that later. But yeah, there's lots of reasons why it didn't work out. But overall, I like it. And I have to say one more funny thing about the movie. Okay. F. Murray Abraham is in it. And I know that sounds like I'm being rude, like F. Murray Abraham. But you know, the legendary F. Murray Abraham, he won an Oscar. And when Danny walks by him, he works with Slater, and so Danny tells him, "You can't trust him. He killed Mozart." Because he was in Amadeus, where he won his Oscar for playing Salieri.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and for those of you who know
gosh.
the Amadeus movie. And then later, he does betray him, and Danny's like, I told you.
Wow, that's
He's like,
great.
I can't believe that. He saved my life. But I like Last Action Hero. He saved my life. Yeah. I think it's fun. I think it's really underrated. I think it's a little ahead of its time. It's messy. It could have been like New Nightmare by Wes Craven. It could have been better, but the focus could have been better, but the material was there somewhat, even though it was Frankenstein scripted.
I feel like New Nightmare could have been way more hashed out. Like, it could have been so much better than this.
I mean, Schwarzenegger says years later that, I quote, I don't hate it. It's not one of my favorites, but it's a good movie. We set out to make a PG-13 movie that kids could see with their parents, with the violence, but not too bad. And, Schwarzenegger didn't do so bad. He recovered because a year later, True Lies came out. So,
yeah.
Worked out for him.
Oh, yeah, he bounced back real quick. So.
He did. So, to wrap up Last Action Hero, one more thing. Oh my gosh. Another reason why Last Action Hero was controversial. When it came out, when it was released a few weeks later, guess who was arrested in a big scandal?
The kid.
No, not the kid. Hollywood Madam Heidi Fleiss. Do you remember that? She was a pimp. She was a madam, and a lot of her clients were Hollywood people. And apparently, Columbia Pictures, which made Last Action Hero, the rumor is a lot of them were clients and on her list. And she was threatening to release that list, kind of like Epstein and P. Diddy currently. That seems to be going on.
Yeah.
She threatened to release the list, and they were just so nervous because there is a rumor that some of the extras in the scenes were professionals, were girls of hers that were seeing the Columbia executives, and they got them jobs on the set.
Talent.
Yeah, the talent, yes.
Yeah.
So there's your little dirty connection, for those of you who want the PG-13
I love a good
side
dirty
of the
story.
Yeah. So you don't love the movie, but what would you give it from your recollection? How would you rate it?
Oh, gosh. I give it 2 boxes of popcorn out of 5.
Okay. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5.
You can't just start naming numbers, Shannon. You got to be serious.
7. No, I like it that much. It's not a 5. It's a 4.
Really?
I like
it's
it.
It's a 2.
I stand by it. You're a 2. No, I'm kidding. I love
Okay, let's save it for next week.
Friends can disagree.
That's right. We can't.
That's right.
Real hard.
Last NOMS. Oh, Matches, my friend of forever. What time is it?
Dear Shannon, way up there in your ghost manger, looking down on us from up high, it's time for the video
movie
corner
pick
of the week.
Maybe she fix it in post. It's time for the video movie corner pick of the week, where Matches and I use our powers of reduction or deduction, and we pick a movie that is either Siskel Ebert didn't review or is after their time, and we give it to you, dear viewer and listener, and we want you to enjoy it like we did. And again, like Last Action Hero, it may not be a winner to everybody, but we like it. Am I right?
You're right.
I don't know.
I don't know.
What's your pick? I don't know. Come on, Mark Ray Dick Berry. I don't know. What is your pick?
I watched it again last week. I'm going to watch it again next week. That's the best pick you've ever had.
The Fortuitous and the Talisman of Souls. Check it out. Check it out if you can.
That's always going to be our pick, I think. We got to say that every week.
I love that movie so much.
Anywho, Shannon, we got to get to it.
What's your video movie corner pick of the week, Matches?
Pick of the week is one I've been thinking about for a few weeks now. And it's finally settled in, and I actually did really enjoy it. I didn't know where it was going at first, but it's a wonderful independent feature called Strange Darling.
I have heard this title, and I've heard it's quite delightful.
I'm finally doing it. I know we're all excited. It is directed by J.T. Molnar. That is a very familiar name.
Okay.
It is. Anyway,
I know him.
Yep, it's a gripping thriller set in rural Oregon. The film follows the escalating chaos of a one-night stand between two strangers that spirals into a deadly cat and mouse game. The narrative presented through 6 non-linear chapters. That means it moves around. You don't know why.
Okay. Tarantino.
Delves into the pinnacle of a serial killer's years-long spree across western United States, blending suspense with moments of dark revelation. The main cast includes Willa Fitzgerald, Kyle Connor. You might remember him from Veronica Mars as Beaver.
Yes. Beaver?
I loved Veronica Mars. Beaver, Casablancas.
Yeah. He was also in the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. He's in a lot of stuff, and he's really good. I always like him.
Jennifer's Body.
Barbara Hershey was in it.
Really?
Ed Begley Jr. was in it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they play husband and wife in it. It's really good. Like, it's it kind of throws you for a loop there for a bit. You think something's going on, and then something else is going on. It's really good. I can't tell you what it is again. This is one of those movies where I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't tell you what it's about, because what it's about is a huge spoiler.
Gotcha. Okay, I understand.
But for real,
Kinda
check
like
out Strange Darling.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. Is that what you're going to say?
Yes, that's it. No spoilers.
Wow.
Do they fit?
Okay. Yeah, every one of them. Come on.
But you suggest Strange Darling? Strange, comma,
I do
darling.
suggest Strange, comma, Darling. I don't think there's a comma.
No, I just like saying it. That's strange, darling.
Darling, yeah. Okay. Well,
that's
Shannon,
a good one.
what's your video movie corner pick of the week?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Mine is not a critical smash, but I have a special friend who's going to come and tell you about my movie corner pick of the week. Are you ready?
Oh, no.
I'm here. Hello, is the mic on?
Hello?
I'm Venom. It's me. Venom. Everyone loves me. You know who I am.
No.
I know. I sound like Bane's cousin from The Dark Knight Rises. I'm Venom. And I want to tell you about a movie that Shannon really likes. It's called Venom, Let There Be Carnage. It's great. Whoa. It's wonderful. It's very underrated.
Is that the second one?
That is the second movie, yes, in the whole series. And I'm going to tell you
Didn't the third one just come out, though? Okay.
The third one came out, and it's wonderful. But Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Now, I know not everyone loves the Venom movies. And I will find you, and I will bite your head off. But
I prefer Rampart. I just do.
These movies are fun. They're not for everybody. They were never intended to be Spider-Man. But they're probably the best of Sony's really, really sad Spider-Man universe. They're probably the best. Until Kraven comes out. Who knows? But Venom Let There Be Carnage is the story of me, Venom. How I accidentally shed a little bit of myself on Woody Harrelson. Wonderful actor. I love him. And he becomes the symbiote known as Carnage. I won't spoil things for you. Not that it needs to be spoiled. But it's a fun comic book romp. If you like Venom, if you like the movies, you'll like it. They're not for everyone, but they're a lot of fun. So my video movie pick of the week is Casablanca. No, it was Venom Let There Be Carnage. I was kidding. Venom Let There Be Carnage. Thank you, everybody. Whew, what just happened? I felt like I was watching, but I wasn't there.
Venom came.
Venom? Oh my gosh. Not that
He's
horrible 2006 movie about the snake and the possession. No, that's a different movie. You mean Venom from the comics? Marvel Comics Venom?
No, from the movie.
Oh, yes.
There's a difference.
Venom Let There Be Carnage. I'm going to be honest with you. I love the Venom movies. And like I said, some people love them. Some people hate them. They don't get them. I get it. It's not for everybody. They're fun.
I'm kind of middle of the road, like straight through the middle. Like, it could be better.
How do you feel about him?
Venom's a bit cringe. He's like a frat boy with bad frat boy humor.
I embrace it. I'm disagreeing with you there. I embrace it. Tom Hardy gives a wonderful performance, just throws it to the wall, and Michelle Williams, going back to her Dawson days when she took fun projects, and she's good in the movies. Woody Harrelson was born to play Cletus Cassidy, who becomes Carnage. He's a Southern fried serial killer.
I really like that teaser in the end of the first one a lot.
Yes, when he had the hair that Cletus had in the comics.
Oh yeah, that
they
was
decided
cool.
to make that a better cut for the second one. Yeah.
Good, but I still liked it. I thought it was cool.
So from 2021, directed by Andy Serkis, probably his directorial debut, Venom: Let There Be Carnage. I suggest it. If you're up for a good time, surrender your brain and enjoy a good comic movie. Again, like I said, probably the best movie from Sony's Spider-Man Wannabe universe. Am I wrong?
Yeah, you're not wrong, I don't think.
Yeah. I mean, Kraven might be good. It's coming out next month or this month.
Maybe. Yeah, there's that. What about does the Amazing Spider-Man count, the first one?
No. This is a spinoff of it's not. Spider-Man is nowhere in this universe. They're basically taking Spider-Man's
that's true.
foes or that are anti-heroes like Venom and Morbius and Kraven. Well, Kraven's more of a villain, but yeah, they're kind of giving them their own features. And I think it's a mistake because I think Kraven should be in a Spider-Man movie. He's a great Spider-Man villain.
That's
he's just
for sure.
Yeah, he's this crazy crocodile hunter type guy who just likes to hunt big game, and he's going after Spider-Man.
I love that guy.
I do. But that was my and yours video movie corner.
Pick up the wheel. Oh, I like we did.
Stick around. Hey, Matches.
Hey, Shannon.
What's up, Home Slice?
Oh, nothing's up. What you got for us this week? Good. A joke?
Well, did you say a joke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you have?
A joke.
You have something for us.
Okay, listen. I gotta be honest with you. Every week, I try to wow you. I try to razzle dazzle. I try to rock it through me, sock it through me. I try to pick a theme song and make a theme song for our show.
Oh yeah,
every
it's a song.
Tried.
Okay, that's it.
Yes, and every week I have gone down in a blaze of glory, but I think this week is it. I completely came up with this melody myself, these lyrics, and I think you're going to like it. It's a little theatrical, but I need you to do me a favor. Okay?
Oh, no.
After the first verse, I'll point at you. I need you to help me, okay? It's interactive, kids. I need you to go. I need you to go, whoa.
Whoa.
And then the next time I point at you, I need you to go, whoa, yeah.
Whoa, yeah.
You ready?
Can't do it. Okay.
Top floor, Back to the Future, Coming to America, Twister. Oh, hello, Matches and Shannon. Thumbs up or down. Yeah! Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Look at all week for a podcast.
Whoa! Whoa!
Look at all week for a podcast.
Whoa!
Talk about the movies.
Whoa, yeah!
I need to know about Terminator.
Whoa!
Goodfellas and Goonies.
Whoa, yeah!
Where am I gonna look? What's the best critic show? You need good film like Waterboy. Needed high quality H2O. Nerding out with Matches and Shannon. Is it thumbs up or is it thumbs down? Nerding with Match and Shannon. The only podcast that's in town. Did Ebert care? Was Siskel fair? Just like me, he didn't have hair. Nerding with Matches and Shannon. Is it thumbs up or is it thumbs down?
Funny you should say thumbs down.
Thumbs down. Oh, Rocket just said, what'd you say, Rocket?
Sounds like a dying animal.
Rocket says a dying animal came in the room. Did you see anything on the camera?
She's not wrong.
The youth are so critical. Well,
She's better than me.
What did you think?
What was that last line you said?
What did you think?
Thumbs
down.
Oh, man. No, you'll get it next time.
Okay. I feel like a rag doll. Yeah, dude.
It wasn't my favorite.
Like a lady. Well, that was it. I'll try again next time. Man.
I'm looking forward to it. I've got the power.
Hey.
I've got the power.
Hey, Bunny.
I've got
Ball,
the power.
Oh, it's getting,
Oh, what?
It's getting kind of
What's
hectic.
happening?
Oh. Hey, Bunny. Ball.
Yes.
No. Hey, Sylvia. Oh, come on. You don't do the Dirty Dancing callback. Yes, Mickey.
I'm just kidding.
I know. People
actually,
mention that all
the Buddy Ball thing was tragic and also hilarious at the same time.
Yes. We're going to talk about that. Our next movie, like Last Action Hero, was a much anticipated and then much maligned box office summer bomb. We're talking about 1991's Bruce Willis led and perhaps Bruce Willis poisoned Hudson Hawk.
Oh, yeah.
Catch the excitement.
It's better than Last Action Hero to me.
Okay, and I don't hate Hudson Hawk. Again, these movies were hated by critics. They were box office fiascos. They were jokes, because they, like Last Action Hero, Hudson Hawk was always mentioned as, well, at least it's not Hudson Hawk,
Yeah.
But then when I saw them on video, I'm like, I don't see what the problem is. Like, it's not the greatest, but it's, because Hudson Hawk, it came out in the summer of 91, which to me was a great summer for movies. You had City Slickers. You had, and I know not everyone likes The Rocketeer, but I like The Rocketeer. I thought that was a pretty good movie.
I love The Rocketeer. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. But is it not good?
I think maybe the critics didn't love it.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I happen to think The Rocketeer
was a kid. I loved it. I had the video game on one of the systems. I thought it was pretty great.
Nice. Oh, it's funny you should mention video game. Guess what became a video game as well?
Hudson Hawk.
Yeah, there was a Hudson Hawk video game. Yeah.
I know, yeah.
Did you have it?
I saw it while I was researching. There's some beautiful set pieces in that, like 8-bit like drawings in that game. I think it's really good.
Yes.
We'll show one. I think I've got one in the old files. We'll show. But
nice, the old
archives.
Pretty
Cool. Yeah.
So
neat.
Hudson Hawk.
This movie's a bit all over the place.
Yes, it is a 1991 action comedy, much like Last Action Hero, an action comedy where the big star who was on a roll at the time, he had a lot of hits. Let's not mention he had two of the best action films of all time, perhaps the greatest, Die Hard and Die Hard 2. Okay,
that's right.
He was a proven box
let me tell you,
draw.
Bruce Willis is having the best time in this movie, and it's a delight to see him do something he wants to do. He wants to do this. He helped write it. He said that he had done so many serious action roles. He wanted to do something more akin to his character in Moonlighting in kind of an action comedy because he had never seen that before.
I was about to say he started in comedy. He stole the show Moonlighting, which Sybil Shepherd had that happen to her twice, where a co-star got more popular on a show.
Oh, really? Yeah,
yes,
I guess
that would
so.
be. That's I can't remember her name, but on the Sybil show, Christine Baranski.
Yeah.
And each time they didn't mean to do it. They were just that talented,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they were.
But yeah, Bruce Willis, you can tell he's having fun. And I'm going to say this, it's going to sound like an insult, but it's not. This is Bruce Willis at his cockiest and smuggest. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, he's very, hey, I'm Bruce Willis. I'm here to entertain you.
Yeah.
And at least, and well, and did he?
I feel like they bit off a little more than they could chew because it's just coming at you. Wrong. This movie is Looney Tunes, literally, with bonks and boinks and all kinds of things coming at you in all directions. And there are some jokes that are so funny. Yeah, they don't make any sense at all.
No.
in this movie.
And what is great about this movie is, like you said, the set pieces, the situations, and all the actors, all the acting, everyone is at 11. And that can be good sometimes. Yeah. Everyone's doing over the top. They're screaming from the top of the screen at the multiplexes. Everyone's given like a big over the top performance. And for some of them, that is really good. And for one of them,
for some of them.
Yeah. For some of them, it's really good. Yes, for some. Even the dog. This movie, and like Last Action Hero, this movie's got a great cast. You've got Andie MacDowell, the Southern sweetheart. Andie MacDowell as
love her and everything.
Yes, as a what? Oh yeah, you what? You love her?
I said I love her and everything. I'm just saying she's one of my favorites.
She is great.
Ever.
She is great, and her daughter has inherited her talent for screen grabbing.
Absolutely. Margaret Qualley is insanely good.
Margaret Quality. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what she is. You've got
Quality's in the name.
You've got lovable, huggable Danny Aiello as his sidekick, and you've got Richard E. Grant, who I happen to love, and he can be in a good or bad movie, and he's great. Yeah. I'm loving him recently in The Franchise on HBO. I know that's not your favorite, but he's so good.
No, I just need to watch it. I'm going to watch it for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of like that Avenue 9 show. It's the same people. Like, literally, a guy walks to every scene. Disasters just follow him and get worse and worse. But
he's fantastic in this movie. Him, and there's also David Caruso is in this movie. I didn't even recognize him.
Yes, in a tiny part. Kit Kat. Yes, there are four henchmen for the CIA, and they've all got candy bar names. Kit Kat, Butterfinger, played by
Snickers.
Snickers.
Oh, Andrew Beniarski was Butterfinger.
Is that how you pronounce it? Okay, I was like,
I don't know, not at all. Not at all.
Let me tell you what, I love this guy.
So that's how you
pronounce it. We just call him Andrew B.
No.
I love this guy. If there was a football movie in the 90s, he was in it. Necessary Roughness.
That's right, yeah.
Any Given Sunday, right? But he's a good actor. Yep. And you may know this, he took over the role of Leatherface for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake.
That's right. The newer one?
Yeah, the remake in 2003. That was not bad.
Okay.
You know?
Oh, yeah. I actually walked out of that movie.
Oh, wait. Were you with me? You couldn't have been. Okay, I guess I didn't watch it with you then.
I don't know. I was at the Cameo. Whoever I was with, I walked out on too. It might have been you. You might have sat there. I sat outside and played on my little phone. There wasn't much to do on phones. I probably texted.
Well, I remember the Cameo had its problems sometimes. You know, film burning, lights going out. I remember Batman and Robin, which was terrible, but I didn't get to see the last 5 or 10 minutes because the film broke. And the guy who owned the theater walked up there and he said, "Sorry, the film broke. It's been doing that every night. Y'all have a good night."
No.
That is literally what he said. We're all like, you know, it's like the movie was almost over and it wasn't that good, but we're still like, we'd like to get the whole movie.
Yeah, for real. That's crazy.
I had to watch it again.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, real quick. It's
Hudson?
so funny because
oh yeah,
at the cameo, the movie starts, right? So you're hearing the opening guitar strums of Sweet Home Alabama by Leonard Skinner. No. You're hearing Sweet Home Alabama. No, not the camera sound, but that is creepy, yeah? And so you're hearing turn it up. But the film burns and breaks, so you hear
nice.
And there is a 10-minute wait for them to fix the film.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That did happen a lot.
It did.
No, I walked out because I did not like it.
Okay, but we did not hate Hudson Hawk.
No, I don't hate Hudson Hawk.
No.
I hate parts of it. I hate that it should be grounded in areas where it's just bonkers and zany.
It is over the top, like you said.
The jokes they have land. I laughed out loud so much in this movie. For a movie I didn't care for, I laughed a lot. I had a good time with it.
Yeah.
It's just too much, and the directing I think was okay. The director I think is a good director, but for this, I don't know. It was awkward to me. It was awkwardly paced.
Well,
they had that whole weird thing about where he knows every song length. Like, you know, somebody says a song, you know, "Wishing on a Star" or whatever, and he's like 3 minutes and 7 seconds, you know, and then they time out their burglaries to these songs.
Yeah,
and
you took words out of it. Yes. Him and Danny Aiello, that's how they do their heists, because they sing the songs, because they're at different places. This was pre-cell phone, and they don't want to use walkie-talkies. So they sing like, "Would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar?" That's
apparently Bruce Willis worked with a songwriter on this, too, so he's credited as a screenwriter as well.
Well, it's probably good. Do you remember that Bruce Willis attempted a music career as Bruno? That was his alter ego? The Chris Gaines of our time, yeah. He's not bad.
Chris Gaines is the Chris Gaines of our time. Come on.
But yeah, so, and James Coburn is in this movie. The legendary James Coburn.
He is. Yeah, I was going to say, he's great in this. I love him.
He is great.
Western Star and whatever else, yeah.
Yeah, well, he's in the movie Payback with Mel Gibson. Not the best movie, but he's got one of the best lines when he shoots his luggage. He goes, "You shot my luggage. That's rude, man. Just rude."
Wow, yeah.
Makes me laugh every time. But yeah, the cast is great. Good. We're going to talk about one part of the cast before we get to Siskel Ebert. The cast is great, except for
including Sandra Bernhard.
Oh. Now, Matches apparently
you can judge a book by its cover all you want. No, we're going to talk over each other all time. Because Sandra Bernhard is a treasure. When she came on Saturday Night Live, she got a standing ovation. Not Saturday Night Live, on David Letterman back in the day. She was a staple. She was like, well, poor Richard Simmons. We don't want to mention the abuse he went through when he went on that show every time. But Sandra Bernhard was beloved by David Letterman, by the audience, by everyone. I don't know why. I always thought she was cool. Like, she was on Roseanne too?
Yeah, she was a groundbreaking character on Roseanne. Yeah.
She was.
Yeah. I'm sure she was beloved. A broken clock can be wrong twice a day. I don't know.
When they show up, when her and Darwin, Richard E. Grant show up in the auction house together, and they have their little and it's great. It's such a great little entrance. It's the first greatest moment of this movie, including him on the little, what do you call it, the gurney?
Yeah.
Racing down the highway on a hospital gurney. Again
with the casting, he's being chased by a mafia team named, I kid you not, the Mario Brothers Mafia.
Yeah.
Yes. And who are they led by? Norm Macdonald's favorite punching bag. Frank Stallone.
Yes. Frank Stallone, that's it. Oh my gosh, I was
probably
so happy to see
role.
him. I had to look it up. Yeah.
It was great.
It is. It's literally his biggest role.
and we're going to talk about Sandra Bernhard, why you like her, why I can't stand her, and that's okay, because, it's okay to not like someone. Personally, I'm sure she's a nice person, and I do not wish ill to her. And I'll just talk about why she makes my skin crawl.
Well, you told me what she looks like to you, and I want you to say that because I think it is so funny.
No, that's rude. What did I say? She looks like it. What did I say?
You said that she looks like a caricature of a person that's drawn by an artist, but in real life.
Yes, she does, but I'm not making fun of her.
I think that's amazing. I think. Well, you don't like her because of the way she looks, and that's awesome.
That is not what. Don't you put that on me? Don't you put that even on me, Ricky Bobby? No, it's not the way she looks.
Saying, I don't know what else it is. Is it because she's a lesbian?
Really? No. Oh my god.
Is it because she's black? I don't. Come on, Shannon. I'm just kidding. Why? Okay, we're gonna get into this.
I thought we were gonna save this. I thought we were gonna save this part
at 11.
After the review, I'm going to tell you why I don't like Sandra Bernhard. It has nothing to do with her looks, because I like lots of comedians and actors who maybe aren't considered good looking, and a lot of people think she is good looking. Okay. Let's see what Siskel and Ebert thought about this. I have a feeling, unlike Last Action Hero, they're gonna hate it vehemently, with no little bit of grace nuggets in there, because a lot of people saw this as a Bruce Willis vanity project. Even though he didn't direct it, a lot of people felt he took it over for better or for worse. And I mean, he was making a fun movie that he wanted to make, as you said earlier.
Yeah.
So,
there's so many moving parts, so many things going on.
Yeah, right, so much connection. Let's talk about it, man.
Let's go out the back way. Keep those ideas coming.
That's Bruce Willis as a whimsical master thief in Hudson Hawk, an overstuffed caper comedy in which, unfortunately, every character, including the villains, tries too hard to be funny. The result is a well-intentioned movie that tries to be different, but just wears us out. And then there's the CIA.
They got to throw in little things like that just make it not work sometimes, I think. But I like it when he says, what does he say? Instead he said, you know how on the back of trucks it says, how's my driving? Call this number. Yeah. He goes, how am I driving? Call 1-800, I'm going to fucking die.
Why did no one turn that into a bumper sticker?
I don't know. It's pretty funny though. I like that.
That's
there's
awesome.
a few funny marks about in this movie, and I'll tell you one of my favorites real quick is when Andie MacDowell is in her nun outfit, and she walks over to a crucifix of Jesus on a cross, and she's like, Father, something, and then it lights up as it answers her like some kind of get smart moment or something. It's like a receiver and a walkie-talkie type thing. They're talking to her through the crucifix, and it's so funny. That's really, really good. Now, if parts around that had been more grounded, solid movie. If they had done those music parts, like he was saying, like Martin and whoever, I guess, like I think it would have been really, really good. Hope and Martin, whoever.
Hope and Faith.
Anyway,
Hope and Faith.
Hope and Grant, Martin, and Jerry Lewis. Who cares?
Faith, Hope, and Love.
But yeah, if they'd done it like any of those movies, I think it would have been just fantastic. Instead, it came across as awkward and definitely trying too hard.
Well, you're not wrong. A lot of critics said the problem was that Bruce Willis and Danny Aiello and a few others could have stayed over the top, but if everybody else had been grounded, it would have been more seamless. It would have flowed together better.
That's exactly what I got from it. So I'm glad, I mean, that's just obvious, but
but everybody's at 11. Everyone goes to 11. Even James Coburn.
And there's some great parts. And I'll own this movie. I won't own Last Action Hero, but I want to own this movie, especially for the very end. Like some of the stuff that happens. But I'm definitely going to be purchasing this on Blu-ray, which has a really neat VHS cover.
That means you
looks like the VHS.
It does?
I do like it. Yeah, it looks like a VHS. It's like it looks like the I guess it's kind of a faded VHS, but then like the VHS tape's coming out of it a little bit. And you can get it at Walmart. You can buy it off Walmart on Walmart.com right now.
Okay, nice. Well, let's get back to the evisceration of Hudson Hawk.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Hudson Hawk might have worked if only Willis and Danny Aiello, say, had been the silly ones, and everyone they met was super straight. Also, the whole bit about the Da Vinci alchemy machine doesn't work. The machine looks cheap, like out of some 50s children's film. Hudson Hawk does have some funny lines.
I disagree about that. I thought it looked really nice.
Yeah, I do.
They also had an aerodynamics group make that glider that Leonardo da Vinci never made the glider, but he studied it and he, made plans for it and things like that. So they actually made it and they made it work. It was a working glider.
Right. I think it looked great. I do want to talk about that after the review, how Leonardo da Vinci plays a part in the movie, sort of. And that
in the very beginning.
Yes, because there was nothing. Well, his works, are like interspersed throughout the movie, but there was nothing in the trailer that indicated that was part of the story. So when I first saw
it's like it's tacked on. Yeah.
But when I saw the beginning of the movie, I was like, okay, I can rock with this. This is unexpected.
Yeah, but there are too many groups working together. I couldn't keep who and who straight and who became, what later, except for maybe Andy McDowell was actually a nun. But like who's working with the CIA, who is this guy,
right? And who's betraying who?
Who's betraying who? Yeah, it becomes you just don't care after a minute.
And Sandra Bernhard and Richard E. Grant's dog, whose side was he on?
Bunny. Oh my God. Bunny. The bit at the end with him was classic, I think. And also
we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that and Sandra Bernhard later. Not Bullock.
Yes.
Did I say Bullock?
We will.
Anyway, here we go.
Willis, but this project was ill-conceived, I think, right at the script level.
It was. In fact, it's unbelievable that anyone could have read the script of this movie and thought that it could be produced as a successful film, because every single line starts from zero and gets to nowhere. It's one of these movies where there's no way for the audience to get involved because everything is arbitrary. The speech we just heard by James Coburn, I don't know what that was about. I don't know what it meant, and I don't know why it was supposed to be funny. I also didn't like the fact that throughout the movie, people would jump out of windows, and instead of being killed, they would land in chairs, sitting next to somebody, would start talking to them.
That was kind of neat. That was kind of at the beginning where Hudson and his guy fall off the building and they're about to hit the awning, I guess. It's like above the entrance or whatever. Right. They hit it, so they land straight through the awning, and then he's in the chair. And that really was like, wait, did he land it into an apartment? Oh, okay. I see what they tried to do there. But it wasn't super obvious, but it was a really good shot, I think. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Nice
like we said, it's a very slapsticky cartoon. Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Coincidentally, without any explanation, on two different continents, to the point where you're just sitting there feeling whoever made this movie was completely addled. There was just absolutely no window for the audience to get in through to get into the story. It's just, we're kept out of it.
You know enough about the history of movies to know what kind of a style they're going for. They're trying to do the Hope and Crosby routine. They're trying to do a little bit of Abbott and Costello, and they're trying to bring in all these kinds of things, and it's too much. It just doesn't work at all.
Wow. It's had nicer things to say about Last Action Hero.
I know.
I'm a little
Is your
shocked.
faith in them shaking matches? Well, I mean,
no, not at all. No, they're pretty spot on, and I get it. Like, I do.
Well, Siskel was wrong and right. It is a lot, but I don't think it's bad. Me myself, as you have known me all these years, I'm a fan of over the top, so I can take it. And I don't mean that horrible Stallone movie with the arm wrestling.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Oh, don't even get me started on that.
Oh, one thing I liked was he mentions reindeer goat cheese pizza, which is he also mentions this in The Last Boy Scout. So I don't know what's going on there, but that's kind of neat. Yeah,
that's funny.
No idea.
So
let's see.
Let's delve into Hudson Hawk. So was it the writer and the director were from Heathers? Or am I from the movie Heathers, which was
the original screenwriter, I think, wrote Die Hard. And it was just a bare bones, quick pass at a serious movie with some bullet points, basically, I guess.
Okay.
And so then the screenwriter of Heathers comes on with producer Joel Silver. I think he wrote 8 Mile. He's a big writer, producer guy. They said he was real hyper, but I actually remember I met him with Joey Lauren Adams in Little Rock at the Literacy Festival that one year. Yeah, it was him. and everyone was excited to work with Joel Silver, and they say he's real hyper. He was. I remember his leg was always shaking, I guess he had restless leg syndrome and some ADHD.
Could have been the cocaine.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah. But he was cool. He was a really nice guy.
Awesome. Yeah, Joel Silver's very cool. Responsible for a lot of great movies. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So you had that cred from Heathers, and you had that cred from directing, and then like you said, Bruce Willis, like he co-wrote the story. Is that right?
Well, as it went on, this movie was going on, he was adding more things.
Oh, I'm sure you could tell.
Yeah. And he just wanted to make it the best he could. He wanted to do the best he could at this. You can tell, man. Like, he's not awful. It's just the whole movie is just too much at once. It's just giving you everything from every angle all at once, and I don't know where to look. And there's some really funny, genuine stuff in here. Yeah. I don't understand it. The ending really landed, I think, because there's a character that's supposed to be dead, and he just shows up. And they're like, "What? I thought you were, in the car crash or whatever. I thought you caught on fire." He's like, "Well, the sprinkler system turned on." They're like, "Yeah, that's something that could have happened." Yeah,
and he's talking about Danny Aiello.
They're not even like trying to say. No. They're like, "Yeah, that probably happened." He should
have blown up with James Coburn, but he didn't.
Oh yeah, absolutely, he did. But they're just like making a joke out of it, which I think is really a nice. It's probably the best ending to a movie I've seen in a long time. That landed.
I agree. Speaking of landing, what drives this movie is it starts with Leonardo da Vinci talking about how great of an inventor he was. And I think we can all agree that not only was Leonardo da Vinci a great artist and inventor, he's one of the greatest Ninja Turtles of all time. Am I wrong? They never show him a fucking crime.
I give it to you.
Thanks, buddy. I'll accept it.
Yeah.
Pity laugh. So it starts off with. At the time, I knew a little bit about Leonardo da Vinci, but I didn't know he was such an inventor, and he was like ahead of his time, And he really did do a drawing for a helicopter, right? I mean, that was real, right? He did. I don't know if he actually made stuff like that. Yeah. So he was way ahead of his time.
Yeah.
So
he didn't make them, but he studied flight aerodynamics, and he had plans made up of that. So no one knows for sure, but they think not. No.
No. But yeah, Hudson Hawk is hired or forced to try and steal these different art things that Da Vinci made, like a horse, in a codex.
Yeah.
Because there are pieces in it, and when put together, what did the pieces form? Matches, not Megatron.
They form this. No, they form a crystal of doom or a crystal of alchemy, actually. This movie is also about alchemy. Turning any random object into gold.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. You know what?
Layers?
No, that's fine. I think it's relevant today. Alchemy's still relevant because there are students out there, serious students at colleges that are still studying alchemy. Literally.
Yeah.
This is a thing. Yeah.
Alchemy's great. I don't know what it is, but it's great. Didn't Simba Simon have a song about that? All about alchemy. No, that's not it. But
well, it's about taking different materials and turning them into not just gold, but other things. But a lot of it was about, in the back in the day, turning things that weren't gold into gold. And just having ultimate riches and things like that. So, yeah.
And that's what this machine is supposed to do. It's supposed to turn lead into gold, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Sandra Bernhard,
but
the you can't turn her into gold. The Mayflowers is their the criminal husband and wife, the Mayflowers. I know, right? They're wanting to use this, and like I said, all the bad guys die, including, go ahead and get ready to say it, including Bunny the dog.
Oh man! Usually I'm sad whenever something happens like that to a dog in a movie.
Yes,
but in this one. It was deserved. I still flinched a little bit. It was like, Bunny was evil. Okay, y'all. We love puppies. We love kitties.
Yes.
We love all the animals. All of them. However, Bunny was pure evil.
Yeah. I refuse to watch dog movies because 9 out of 10 times in a dog movie, the dog dies. The only...
Yes.
And I'm not even a huge pet person, but the only dog movie I can watch without, well, I still cry, is The Dog's Journey and The Dog's Purpose because he reincarnates.
Ah, yeah.
Yes, voiced by Olaf the Snowman, Josh Gad. That's how I know he's coming back, but yeah, so tell him what happens to Bunny the dog. Before then, every time Sandra Bernhard, she will say, Bunny, ball, and she'll throw the ball, and Bunny will go after it, right?
That's right.
So Bunny is trying to maul and kill Andy McDowell. Bunny is literally the last villain standing. Okay?
It's true. He's got a hold of her neck, and Bruce Willis goes, Buddy, ball, and there's a ball machine, one of those like ball machines that shoots baseballs or tennis balls out, and it hurls towards him, and he goes flying off the castle, off into It is funny because that dog was pure evil. And we stand this. We stand Bunny murder around here.
We're okay with that, or Cujo. We're okay with Cujo or Bunny.
We are, yeah. Yes. Let me say I think the funniest bit
me.
in this movie, besides the whole cross thing or whatever as a walkie-talkie device, is probably what I started off with here. Sandra Bernhard is in this fabulous red dress, a big hat, and she's just posed in the middle of the room, and they have like some meeting going on. They're not talking to each other. It's a kid with like an eye patch and a beard or something, and and there's just random bad guys just in this room at the table.
Yeah.
James Bond, it's a bad guy lair. Yeah,
it is.
And so, but she's just there in a pose, laid back with her headphones on, going, "I got the power." We're gonna definitely roll a clip because I already have that in the files, but. That is there's no rhyme or reason for it. She's just singing the snaps, the power.
Ladies and gentlemen of the ball.
When she has her headphones on, you can't hear the music. You can hear it vaguely, just very faintly. But you can hear her just say it, and they're all just watching her as Bruce Willis and them come in.
You're not really sure why she's singing it because I didn't know she had headphones on at first. I was like, what is she doing?
Yeah. But it's so funny because that's just all they're doing.
Did you expect Richard E. Grant to be like, it's getting kind of heavy. It's getting.
Yeah, I bet he was about to do it. No, he was just standing there. And he's like, Bunny, or whatever. What is her name?
Yes. Bunny. No. What is her name? I don't know in the movie. Terrible actress? No, that's not it.
No, she's not a terrible actress. She's a wonderful actress. Full of fun and spunk and lesbianism. I love her. Let's see. I was going to see if I could find it. Oh, there she is. She is Minerva. Minerva.
Before we talk about Sandra Bernhard, speaking of death, this movie has 23 total kills. And in 99 minutes of runtime, that is 0.232 deaths per minute. Thought you might want to talk about that.
Really?
So, yes. So, speaking
That's a lot. I don't even remember it.
It is a lot. There's a lot of deaths. Speaking of things that are worse than death, let's talk about Sandra Bernhard. Yeah. I don't like Sandra Bernhard. I think as a person, she's fine. Okay, it's her personality. Yeah. It's abrasive. She's not a good actress because every performance is like... Well, in Hudson Hawk, it was like way more exemplified than normal. She's like, But I've seen her.
I
in that
loved
other
her.
movies.
I think she is fabulous in this movie. She saved.
And you
this
can
movie
totally
for me.
think that. She's not funny as a stand-up. She was the Kathy Griffin of her day. Okay, I don't find her funny. I find her obnoxious. But
People
you know
love
what?
Kathy Griffin, though, right? No, you never liked Kathy Griffin back in the day. When she was she on News Radio? Was that the big one she was on? What was she on?
No, you watch your mouth. No, that was not Kathy Griffin. You're kidding, right?
Wait, she was on something, right? Was she on Just Shoot Me?
Suddenly
Was she
Susan.
on...
Suddenly Susan. That's
Suddenly
what
Susan. That's
catapulted
it.
her.
Yep, same thing. Anyway.
No, I can't remember the name of the redhead on News Radio, but that show was on first. And in the I think it was the third
you're right.
season.
It's not her.
Well, when Suddenly Susan debuted, there was a joke about hot, quirky redheads in the office. And they're like, every office has a hot, quirky redhead. And she turns around and, like Kathy Griffin, she lowers her voice and goes, "Tell me about it."
Really?
Yes.
That's great. I love that.
I don't find Sandra Bernhard funny. I know she's in a lot of stuff.
Do you like Rosie O'Donnell's stand-up and personality?
I used to, when she was the Queen of Nice.
But she never
and
was.
I know they were
thing.
good buddies.
Like, the thing is, when she was the
not.
Queen of Nice, I was like, Rosie O'Donnell, the trash-talking comic on the scene in the 80s, she was like not the Queen of Nice.
She was not, but she was funny then. I just don't find Sandra Bernhard funny. But you know what? It's okay because my wife can't stand Jim Carrey. She thinks he's an overactor.
Oh. Well, so did Siskel and Ebert before they saw the Truman Show, and then they had a whole episode dedicated to him and apologizing to him. So
well, let me just say, no offense to Sandra Bernhard, if you are listening, we appreciate it. I'm just not a fan, but that doesn't mean she can't do what she does. Is she
Come on my show and talk to me, please? Yeah, well, she did American Horror Story New York, and that's the last thing I've seen her in. But that wasn't long ago. It was a few years ago. Yeah, it was a great show. Didn't land the ending like always, but yeah. yeah. That show's the same thing. So sit you up. Let's sit down. So Hudson Hawk. That's it.
Give me your rating.
All right, I'm gonna give it. Let's see. Give me a minute to think about this.
Okay. We are waiting for Matches to come up with a rating system. Until then, check out a Solo Flex. Come on, Matches. All right. While you're waiting, I'm going to
give it 3 singing on a stars out of 5 singing on a stars.
Okay. Well, in that case, I am going to... I liked it. I did not love it. I'm going to give it 2.5 Frank Stallones out of the Stallone family. Out of 5.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That half really got me. That's fine. Half is...
I can watch it. It's a watchable movie. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's just got the baggage.
I'm gonna have to give... Well, I didn't know we could do halves, so I'm going to have to give it 3.5 stars out of 5. So that's mine.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds good. Yeah.
I really... The laugh out loud moments were so good, and they landed so well that it's a winner for me. You know.
Okay. Who has the power, Matches?
I had the power. Wait, that's not it. Woo! I've got the power. I got the power.
No, it's getting kind of. Wow, Matches. That was quite the adventure.
Oh, I had a really good time, Shannon. That was so good.
I did too. And I think we all learned something. You know what I learned?
Hudson Hawk was a really kind of cool movie.
Yeah, and The Last Action Hero was ahead of its time. But you know what I also learned?
What else did you learn?
Well, I learned that I have the power because guess what I found? I've got a golden ticket.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to go into a movie. What's it say?
Does that say Deep Blue Sea?
What? Deep Blue Sea? Oh, cripes. No, it was supposed to be Sirens. No. It was supposed to be Showgirls.
Good luck. Yeah.
It also gives me options. I can go into Tank Girl. I can go into any Lori Petty movie of my choice or any Sandra Bernhard movie. I'm going to take the Sharks.
Any man's dream. I'm just saying.
Listen, I got my 4-member team with me. I got Pringles, Cheez-It, Chicken Parmesan, and Mountain Dew. That's right.
Wow,
well, listen.
I really want to go to your house.
You should. You should sometime. You all should. Just, I'm not going to give you the address. But So, man, Hudson Hawk and Last Action Hero. two underrated, destroyed films.
They were movies. They were movies.
They were movies. They were
the most movies to ever movie.
They movied me so much. They movied me.
Yeah.
No, I think if you give them a chance, you'll like them. I think both have something good to offer. And I know they were both savage beyond repair. Like I said, both were jokes. Both were punchlines, you know?
Yeah.
And,
They had their laugh out loud moments that I think were worth seeing them. I do.
In both of them?
Yeah, in both of them.
Yes, definitely. And both stars recovered, you know, because Bruce Willis, he had some kind of comeback in the mid to late 90s with something. I mean, I know he made more Die Hard movies, so.
Oh, he had a lot. There was North. No, I'm kidding.
Actually, that was probably more of a
Look Who's Talking
to.
I don't know. He did something.
No, that was before. Look Who's Talking to was before.
Oh, yeah. There's something in there.
But that was the first movie I ever saw by myself in the theater, Look Who's Talking to.
Really? Oh, that's cool.
Yes. Oh,
did you ever see Breakfast of Champions? Oh, what?
Oh, I heard that was good.
It's good. Really good.
Book, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was doing good, and then he had The Sixth Sense, which, you know, put him back in, so.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was. I just remember sitting there going, oh, my God. And Shannon going, what? What happened?
You hush your mouth. I was going, this is cinema. Because at the end of The Sixth Sense, Bruce Willis reveals that he's.
That's right. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And he's not wearing any clothes.
Oh, yeah. We already did the Tracy Jordan joke, didn't we? I don't know if they got cut.
Yeah, we did. We won't spoil it for you. But listen, I had a good time. Matches, did you have a good time?
I had a good time. Bart had a good time.
I did too. Let me. Gene Triple
yours?
Horn,
Okay.
protect us. I got it, man. All right, let's touch through the screen. What are you doing with your Bart Simpson keychain?
Oh, sorry. WWJDT. What would Gene Triplehorn do? Something like that. Anyway. Sorry.
Well, thank you so much for listening.
JTD.
WW.
Bart Simpson. Yeah.
Well, listen, we don't have a sponsor yet, but if you want to sponsor us or if you want to contact us in any way to tell us how much you love us or how much you don't love us, what should they do, Matches?
They should contact us at www.nomspodcast.com. Wait, no, that's not right. We don't have a website.
No,
it's 123 www.nomspodcast@gmail.com. It's not www, is it?
I don't know how many.
Why am I saying that?
Is that a wrestling company?
nomspodcast at gmail.com, and that's it. And we've got a Blue Sky. Find us at NOMS Podcast at Blue Sky. You can find us at, in the comments section down below. If you're watching this anywhere, there's a comment section. Yeah. We would love to hear from you and tell us how bad we are.
Yeah, we're followed on Blue Sky by somebody pretty cool and surprising.
Oh, yeah. Kyle Edward Ball, the director of Skinamarink, followed us on Blue Sky. And then, later that day...
So much. I don't care if we talked about it last time.
Maybe we said the last outro,
but
God, we're going to do this over and over.
That's someone who's in the biz.
Yeah, that's really cool. Oh, yeah, really in the biz because his next feature is going to be from A24. So, that's crazy.
It is. But speaking of crazy, we got to go. It's time the kids got to put me to bed, so I got to go to sleep. But it's been fun, Matches. I don't know why you're doing a sexy dance, but let me try one.
It's time to go to bed. Time to go to sexy bed, y'all. Let's do it.
Get my jammies.
Yeah, you and your jams. I'm in my camis. They're camo pajamas, my camis.
Ooh. We're going to swing a star. Nom nom nom.